Hi everybody. As you can see, we have a perfect background for this short video. So this is a couple of samples of my camera. And so the purpose of this very short video is to demonstrate, as I was describing in my post, how to organize, select your assets. But the most important is how to ingest information inside your files. And then, because the purpose of the blog is to find a damn solution for photographer, and most of my friends, they don't have money to spend or to buy or to rent a solution in the cloud. They are ready to test a couple of things, but nothing. They cannot really spend nothing more than thousands in a year. So, of course, outside of here. WeTransfer, Dropbox, Drive. It should be interesting to see what we can do. Okay, and so I will start first of all with the software. And as I was explaining in my post, for me, there is, of course, you have a couple of software available in the market to ingest files. You can use Adobe Reach, as for example, which is not really free because you have to get a subscription from Adobe. But regarding some automation, this is not really the best. You can use Lightroom. A couple of photographers use Lightroom. But again, as soon as you have to manage thousands of assets just in 1 hour to ingest files and do a lot of things, it's not the fastest way. Alongside, you have also some more development software, just like Capture One. And as you can see on my dashboard, I know that everybody likes my dashboard with all the version of InDesign. I've got this software just like Capture One. I like also using DxO software, but it's more of software that I'm using to develop and to do some advanced retouching. So for adjusting the files on my side, and since I would say 2000, I'm using Fotostation, more or less since the version 3, when I was working for a photo agency in Paris, Gamma, from Hachette. And of course, alongside the time, we had to face some issues in sometimes, but to be honest, now since a couple of years, at least since the last decade, a lot of intelligence have been put in the software. It's very fast, okay, and I'm very close also to the team, so to try just to share. They are very open-minded to share experience of photographers, of more technical people like me, and so this is the software we use. And of course, something has already changed is also the price, because at the very beginning it was not really this one. So if you want to test, get free trials, so you can test it, and if you want to buy, you can also. You can see the price, and so you can see it's 159. Of course, on the other side, you have Photo Mechanics, which is used by a lot of my friends in the US too. It's a good software too. I'm not very fan about the UI. That's not really changed, but it's true that you have more or less all the same features as Fotostation. So of course, you can also try it. You can try the software. It's working on Mac and PC, as you can see here, and more or less the price, and the price is the same. Okay, so I can do the demonstration with the two software. So I will move now to my Fotostation. So I'm running on a Mac. And I'm running the latest version 8. Okay, and of course, because this week is the week of here, is the fashion week. A couple of my friends came back with some pictures. To be honest, this is not the picture of this week because it just started here yesterday, and so. But I will show you something later in this week to get the latest one. So I just these pictures are picture I took. Very long time ago. It's from the fashion from Isabelle Marant. It was in 2002, I think. So it's a long time ago. And of course, I've got a couple of pictures. And so this is the the UI of Fotostation. So you have input channels, you have output channels. Output channels are dedicated to do some automation task, to scale the files, to convert for the web, so to do some automation, or at least to upload also in Fotoware, because Fotostation belongs to Fotoware, and of course Fotoware has, but we'll see that later, has its own DAM system. Okay, so on my side, I will just give all the space. You have everything in file ready to make very quick selections. Regarding the workspace here, you can display the different types of size for the thumbnails. You can order the files regarding the name, naming conventions, or based on the creation dates, etc. You don't have so many, in fact, menu there. It's more very rankings and a lot of also some shortcuts that are very useful to speed up your work. So, of course, the most important is the layout of your metadata. And as you can see there, you have different types of templates. So I'm using a driver to use this template, which is the old one from version 4.5. If in the default system, in fact, the information is displayed like this. So you have less information, or it's displayed, as you can see here, in a different way. So I'm just used to play with the old versions, or maybe because I'm the old guy. So, but whatever, it's at the end of the day, it's the same. So you have some custom fields, because you know that IPTC, and it's very important. IPTC is a standard since 1965, so it's more than 50 years now. And you have more than 250 fields. So you have the most important fields here that you can see here. But you have much more information. And of course, one of the benefits, and that's also one of the purposes of my advice regarding photographers, is in order to control the information, use the IPTC, because it will be saved into your files. And so if you archive your assets, as for example on your Synology, you don't have to do anything else. You can restart the search. If you want to change your DAM system, instead of, because I know that a couple of, unfortunately, DAM vendors, in order to make some money, they don't want to insert IPTC information inside the files, which is completely stupid, because it's not a matter of technology, etc. For me, it's really more or less a way to say, okay, in a way to get the customer in long term. So that's not good, and really check every time that your DAS system has to insert your information inside the file, so you get control of your metadata. Okay, so here are a couple of information that are already available on my side. Something which is very useful to also to use. You can really easily copy all the information. In fact, like I just did like this. And so, as for example, I will take this one, I can clear everything, and I can copy paste again all the information, and you can do on a lot of these tags. Okay, so as for example, I can select them, all of my pictures. You can see I can replace, I can add information, I can replace information. So on my side, I will add some information, and if I'm searching for demo DAM, as for example, in the keywords, okay, and so this information is just done in 1 second, okay, and you will see the interest of the IPTC if I'm coming back to my Finder here, and if I'm searching for demo DAM, you can find all your assets, okay. So on my side, I will also select the first 6 pictures, and I will add Fashion Paris 2000. Okay, so that's just a keyword to play with the DAM system. Regarding selection, also, that's something I'm using every time when I'm, for example, coming back from wedding or for fashion show or shooting. You can make a quick selection like this. Okay, so you can really click, select, click, etc. Okay, so then you can assign some color. So you can use shortcut. You can use here the tab menu. So just like this. Or I'd rather the red one, 0, number. No, it's number 5 maybe. No, it's number 3. Okay, it's number 2. Okay, you can use some ranking there. So it's also used to make the search, but you can and so you can do a lot of things in Fight around the picture, around the metadata. Of course, we can use also the search. So as for example, if I'm searching for my keywords, I can find my pictures. And of course, if I'm coming back to the DAM, if I'm searching for the same, I've got my assets. Okay, and it's very simple to understand. Okay, it's very something ready to going straight forward your text. And what I can do is from my selection, okay, I can simply drag and drop inside my selection there. Okay, and so I've got my selection of my asset, and you can see on my Finder that my selection is ready to be here. To be shared. Okay, so now if I'm going back to the DAM system, so here this is are all my assets available. So what I will do, I just subscribe a free account on Fotoware. So something you can really easy do here. You get no, it's not Fotostation. It's Fotoware. Okay. So you just have to try it. This is what I did. Yeah, here you have the pricing. So of course it's the most expensive solution I was showing with you, because I just compare an open source solution with etc. But you can see you can really get an early start for very nothing. You can get more options there if you want to get more assets. But this is really the clear representation where the DAM is going on. And one of the benefits also from Fotoware is direct from Fotostation Pro, you can upload your assets. So it's a very simple workflow at that stage. Okay, so this is what I did. And of course, when you click, when you subscribe, create your account, you just have to drag and drop the assets. Okay, it's a very easy one. So I read it before. Okay, but I can start again. So you can see here it's very drag and drop. We have also mobile application, which can be very useful for photographer because they can really use it just drag and drop like this. You can apply some metadata before the upload, so it can be your custom metadata. So you have everything ready, and then you can start the upload. Okay, and so it's just doing a roll. So I will be back after. I did the same with Lightroom. So Lightroom, which is there, I just uploaded exactly also the same fee, the same assets. So maybe you know that. So with Lightroom, you have some arrangements. So all my files have been already processed. So it's very fast. You can adjust, you can retouch, you can do a lot of automation. And of course, I'm using Lightroom CC. So what does it mean? It means that in fact, all my assets are also synchronized with my in the cloud, which is there. So you can see here I've got 1 terabyte, and I can get access to my assets. And for now, I just have 8,000 pictures. Okay, so you have different display there. Okay, so you can play with it. You can at any time here, if you are looking at one picture, you can get okay, you can do some retouching. This is not really what I was wanted to show. I will be back here. Okay, and so up you can. Okay, you can see the information. Okay, so you have all of the metadata. So it's also IPTC based. You can see more or less everything the same as Fotostation at that stage. The benefits of Lightroom is, of course, if you're said, okay, I will to synchronize this album, you have nothing to do. It's already available, and you can see that all the rating I did before, because this is a custom metadata, is also available in Lightroom. And so if I'm now going back to Lightroom, going back to my assets there, you can see so exactly the same. Okay, and so you can see the information of my metadata, so I can change it. It's very important for them to be able to change online your information in order also to be saved. Okay, so really check that. and it's more or less random. I would say that since last year, since Adobe Max 2018, Lightroom is much faster. Of course, every year Adobe is explaining that it's 50% faster, but I have to be honest, and one of the main benefits also the dedicated application, which is really very good. Okay, so it's available and ready to be shared, so I can share wherever I want. So okay. And so maybe my assets, yeah, I think the assets are all uploaded. So if I'm going to all the files on Fotoware, you can see exactly the same. So I can see my pictures there. I can see all the metadata I've got in Fotostation are available inside Fotoware. So it's I like with them. It's very easy to use. You can do a lot of things. They have a lot of connectors, especially with CMS, WordPress, and of course, sometimes a lot of photographers like also to share a collection, an album, so you can do a lot of things there. You can rename, you can do, and it's more or less well done. It's clean. It's very easy to use. It's okay. So, and of course, you can perform some search. Or if I'm searching for my keywords, I can find, of course, all my assets. Okay, so this is Fotoware, and of course, if you want to get more information, we have a lot of videos on YouTube, and I think in my post I was displaying one of them. So we saw Fotoware, Lightroom, and of course the last one is what is Phraseanet. So Phraseanet, so because I'm French, it was important also to leverage what we can do, and which is something is amazing. Phraseanet is my first DAM, in fact. When I started at the end of 1990, so it was 1998, something like that. I started to use also Phraseanet for corporate libraries of picture for the group assets. So I was used to play with Phraseanet during Festival de Cannes and a couple of events in south of France. So, and the benefit is what? It's just free. Okay, so it's an open source solution. You can get more information also on the main website, alchemy.fr, where you can get more information regarding partnerships, etc. And of course, I'm one of the partners because I know the guys since the last 20 years. So feel free to contact me if you want to start a DAM project, and if you have no money, of course, because of course, the license is free, it's unlimited for everything. The only thing you really have to pay is the hosting, but today we can get some very, very good price, and maybe for at least for 1,000, 2,000 in a year, we can restart. Okay, so and so back to so this is my own Phraseanet database. So I've got millions of assets. So this is a couple of my last pictures. And of course, to upload something which is also very nice to use is the FTP connection, because of course for most photographers they don't have time. So the only thing they like to do is just drag and drop, boom, and then you can get a coffee or and go to a restaurant with your friend because you have a terrible hard day, and that's on. So everything is done, and so if I'm searching for my last upload files, I will see all my exactly the same. So you can see so all my pictures. You can check here all the metadata, which are exactly the same. I've got more information regarding the files. I can get a zoom. Okay. Something I really like too is so of course, if I'm searching for my password, I can find, of course, my pictures. Okay, so if I'm coming back to my first selection here, something I really like, and not a lot of DAM system and for which you have to pay, you can do this job. You can edit my selections. Okay, and so is able to recognize which metadata are in common or not. So at any time, I can, or at least I can select one, or I can select both, and I can add metadata inside. So I will add as, for example, my keyword. Okay, and the benefit is the system is saving the files inside the pictures. Okay, not with a CSV file or something like that. So this one is a very cool one. So the engine is very fast. It's Elasticsearch latest version. You have plugins with WordPress, Adobe CC, and both of them, in fact, Lightroom, of course. But Fotoware has plugins for Adobe CC, Phraseanet have plugins for CC. They have also plugins for Microsoft, for Drupal, WordPress, etc. So, and it's an open source solution, so it's free. It's nice to have. You can also customize. They have some brand portal because this one is more production one, and so but it's and you can manage everything regarding us, for example, the 10 core feature. So these are it was a very quick demonstration. I hope so you like it. So feel free to contact me if you want to get more information. And of course, because with Active, I just want to stay agnostic, and I don't believe that you have one solution for one customer. Regarding my experience, so it's you have tons of DAM solutions. I made a webinar last month where I was explaining the DAM challenges 2020, and in March, stay tuned because I will make a new webinar with somebody here and with one of my friends who is at the top of DAM experts, and we will unveil a couple of very interesting things to really how to make a selection. Okay, so as you see here, as usual, the solution is 5% of your success, and the rest, 95%, it's you. So you just need to get the right people. And so for your image workflow, for your DAM system, and especially in France, but even outside, in Germany, outside in the US, in the UK, just contact us, and we get a pleasure to to start within your DAM, PM, or CMS project. Thank you.